Hello, one twos. Good morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend and is ready for another week of learning. So this week, one twos, you're going to have me, Miss Tremba, for your reading lessons. You'll have Miss Kinnear for writing, and Miss Stevens, and then Miss Josie on Friday will be doing your maths. So that's exciting. All right, for reading today, our learning intention is I can hear sounds at the beginning of words, so those first sounds. And so that was our learning intention, and we're going to do that by looking at something called alliteration. That's a really long word, isn't it? Let's see if we can all say it together. Alliteration. And alliteration is where the beginning sounds of words are the same. So you'll have some words in a sentence and the beginning sound of each one will be the same. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. Our success criteria, so this is the way that we're going to meet our learning intention, is that if we can find examples of alliteration in our own books at home, that's the first one. And the second one is to write our own examples of alliteration. So that's what I'll be doing with you today. So remembering that alliteration is where the beginning sounds of words are the same. I'm going to read you an example now. So have a listen to these sentences which all use alliteration. The first one is, Silly Sally squashed her sandwiches. Did you hear, boys and girls, how most of the words in that sentence began with a S sound? Silly Sally squashed her sandwiches. All those S sounds were at the beginning of the word. Let's listen to another one. Wild Will went wacky on Wednesdays. What was the sound at the beginning of those words? Let's have a look. Wild Will went wacky on Wednesdays. Most of those words began with a W sound, didn't they? Here's our last example of alliteration. See if you can hear the sound. Pink popcorn pops pleasantly. Have another listen. Pink popcorn pops pleasantly. All of these words began with a P sound, didn't they? So that's alliteration, where most of the words in a sentence begin with the same beginning sound. And alliteration is a really good technique to make our writing interesting. So I'm going to show you an example of the task that you're going to do today. So for our task today for reading, we're going to pretend that we have an ice cream shop and we need to name all our flavours of ice cream. And we're going to give them names that use alliteration. So here are my examples. My first flavour is red, so I'm going to call it Ruby Raspberry Ripple. I think that sounds pretty good, don't you? Ruby Raspberry Ripple. And all the words in the name of that ice cream flavour begin with an sound. Ruby Raspberry Ripple. My next one is blue. Have a look at what I'm going to call that one. My blue flavour is called Blue Bubblegum Blast. I think I would order something called Blue Bubblegum Blast. Let's have a look at my last one, which is green. I'm going to call that one Marvellous Mountains of mint. So all the words, or most of the words in this flavour, begin with the sound. Marvellous mountains of mint. So I've got lots of examples of alliteration here where the beginning sound is the same. So 1, 2s, I want you to do the same thing that I've done here. You can print off the worksheet on class tag, or if you don't have a printer, just draw your ice cream cone and at least 3 flavours. Make sure the names you come up with are different to my ones. I want to see what's inside your brain today. And then make sure you share these with your classroom teacher. Now, when you're reading at home with your grown-up, try and look for examples of alliteration in the books that you read. And if you find any, make sure you share those with us and we can let everybody know. All right, kids, have a good day today. If you have any questions about this reading task, you can message me or your classroom teacher. But I look forward to seeing what examples of alliteration you come up with. Thanks, kids.